Are men really weaker today or just different? Grip strength is down, testosterone's down, activity's down. In this video, I'll unpack the data, no doom, just facts, and give you a framework to build and rebuild strength, energy, and drive, hopefully without gimmicks. So if you're serious about lab testing and a tailored plan, start here at Balance My Hormones. Be honest, if your grandfather shook your hand today, who would win? Grip strength is down, testosterone levels are down, activity levels are down. But here's the twist. This isn't a moral failing, it's a design mismatch. Give me 10 minutes and I'll show you what's changed and the exact levers to pull to get it back. When people say men are weaker, they mean a few things. Less physical strength, lower drive, lower T, less resilience, and a weird feeling that we're living a bit cushy lives, but running on empty. Now today, I'm going to do three things. I'm going to show you the best data we've got. Number two, I'm going to explain why without any moral panic. And three, I'm going to give you a plan that you can start today. So what's the evidence? First, strength. Multiple data sets show a secular decline in men's strength. One comparison of 20 to 34-year-olds found a big drop in the average male grip strength since the 1980s. Think double-digit pounds of force, but less. I mean, grip strength is usually a proxy for testosterone, and it's used medically. So the stronger your grip strength, the better potential longevity you have as well. This isn't just about gym culture, it's a day-to-day function. And again, grip strength is a good proxy for longevity. So if we're having a drop in grip strength, this could be a real problem for future health and longevity. Secondly, why has it dropped? Is it testosterone? We have seen longitudinal work showing that at a population level, there's been a decline in recent decades, not fully explained by age or obesity. And the trend is real. It's not the destiny, but pretending it isn't happening helps no one. So testosterone trends down, which is independent of age and obesity and potentially environmental factors. Now, the third reason is movement. We've engineered physical activity out of our daily life. Everything is quite easy. Take the escalator, you can take the lift, drive everywhere. But global data now show roughly a third of adults falling short of activity guidelines, and with the trend getting worse. So why is this happening? This isn't just because men suddenly forgot how to be men. It's environmental, and we're all swimming in it. So here's what might be happening. From an evolutionary point of view, there's a bit of a mismatch. I think we're all built to be these hunters, and we can build and we can carry. But in our modern world, the deal is more you're in your chair, you're looking at a screen, and you're scrolling. And so when effort disappears, the body may adapt downward. Less muscle, lower anabolic signaling, less drive, less testosterone. And then couple that with what's in our food and how much chemical exposure we're getting in our environment. Modern life means plastics. You might be sitting on a plastic chair. There may be plastic coatings, fragrances that we wear. Any of these is just an alphabet soup of chemicals. Several of these chemicals are in the endocrine disrupting association, if you will, and they have a negative effect on the male hormone profiles. Now you add this along with the ultra-processed diets, micronutrients, poor food, and what about sleep? We're getting a lot less sleep or lighter sleep, and the regularity of our sleep is being disrupted. We hate to say we're tethered to our phones and to the blue light, which may upset or cause irregular sleep-wake cycles. And this will then show up in our metabolic health and our cardiovascular disease risk. So you need proper sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep to restore you. And without that, not only are you not being restored, your testosterone's not being restored, your brain health isn't being restored. It can have a real effect on our overall strength as men. So, the thought that are we as men becoming less masculine or becoming less strong is to be the case when we have all these other factors. Then there's our friend dopamine, which normally dopamine is our friend, but this constant dopamine on tap effect from video games, your phones even. The phone offers a certain novelty and reward nearly 24/7. People say it's a cheap source of dopamine, but it's maybe costing us. I've had conversations with friends who claim that the social media, the phone, the constant looking for it might be taking a toll, and it's affecting our motivation to be able to sit and watch a film, even our patience and ability for cooking or building. It all gets taxed. I mean, you're not really lazy, are you? But we are being outcompeted by some of the devices that we use, and our attention span is being taken away for that short-term fix of the phones. But it's all around us, so I don't know what to do. How do you fix this? How do you reverse this? So firstly, how do you build your strength back up? I think it starts with with strength training, at least 3 times a week, and doing exercises like full body lifts and progressive loads, or even those farmers carry to test your grip strength. I think that one of the tests of grip strength is when you take 2 either kettlebells or dumbbells equal to half your weight on each side. And if you can carry your own weight for at least a minute, that's a really good test of longevity, and basically is a way for you to focus on grip strength. The other bit is just getting to move around. Break up your sitting every 30 to 45 minutes. Try to walk after meals. Is a great way to help manage your blood sugar if you walk after you've eaten a meal rather than sitting down or lying down after that. Whilst you do that, sometimes it might be too easy to fall asleep if you just sit after a meal. Rather, you should try to walk around. So light movement will protect your heart in ways that a single gym session might not. I mean, gym sessions are great, but having that movement, don't stop moving, can make a big difference in rebuilding you. And then finally, our lovely circadian rhythm. It's not just more sleep, but it's about the quality of sleep. So avoiding blue light around nighttime, avoid reading on your phone can make a big difference. Switching off, stopping caffeine consumption by around 2 p.m. can make a big difference. Try to dim your screen. I wear blue blocking glasses. We did a video about this last week. All this can help get you ready for bed and get a good sleep. So it's about the sleep hygiene. And then finally, eating like an adult. I mean, protein at each meal is very important. In general, I think they say the Mediterranean diet is quite healthy. I've a long time ago stopped eating the processed foods as much as possible, eating things like Greek yogurt. I make my own yogurt and berries and cheese. I've even started making my own bread, trying to, buy the best ingredients like organic flour. I try to reduce chemical load where I can. I bought stainless steel pans. I try to watch out for some of this. I mean, obviously, I've had people make comments on the channel that I'm using a watch that uses wireless signals. I mean, you can go quite far with that. I've tried grounding and walking barefoot. If nothing else, it's like a massage on your feet, almost like reflexology. But anyway, I don't panic. Just try to pick the low-hanging fruit. One thing might be don't microwave plastics. Use glass instead, or stainless steel for hot food. Obviously, don't put stainless steel in the microwave. Friends of mine would love to put all the fragrances or the nice smelling things that you get at the White Company, or the nice smelling Febreze and this sort of thing in the house. And those have what's called volatile organic compounds, which aren't really great either and act as chemical disrupting hormones. Well, essentially, they're part of the forever chemical makeup. So probably best not to have those around, even personal fragrance in limited amounts. Obviously, they recommend washing hands before eating and, kind of measure what matters and then tailor for that. So anyway, if low T symptoms persist, then you want to test for your testosterone, because obviously, for whatever reason, you've come to the point, if you have low testosterone, that is obviously tied to your weakness. We like to measure not just total testosterone, but also look at the free testosterone, sex hormone binding globulin. We want to see how high or low your LH and FSH is. We like to measure prolactin and estradiol, thyroid markers, your lipids, your glucose, your insulin, preferably your fasting insulin, measure of your CRP, which is an inflammatory marker. It's good for you to fix your sleep though. Make sure your sleep is organized, that you can reduce your fat mass, and look at whichever medications that you're taking and other micronutrients that you may or may not be getting. So no nonsense, just a data-driven outcome to improve your testosterone and get your strength improved as well. So how do we run this at Balance for Hormones? At BMH, we start with your labs and a medical history, not a prescription. Obviously, once we have all that in place, we can look at, well, basically the doctor would then prescribe you if you are low, but we also try to guide you through doing the right things with training, with the proper activity, proper diet. Obviously, diets are very personal, so we never force that on anyone, but we want to look at the bigger picture for our patients and not just have a quick answer with testosterone treatment. But many times when you've come to us already, many of our patients are low in testosterone. They've been through all those other changes, and now they've come to the point where testosterone can make a really big difference. So at the end of the day, when someone says, are men weaker today than they were in the past, or are they? Well, I think they are. I think the data has shown that we are. Much of that's due to our lifestyle, but we're not broken. We can be fixed on an individual basis, and I think what it takes is a bit of a wake-up call and a bit of fixing the environment around you and changing some of the things that we do around us. And of course, if your testosterone is at an unhealthy level, we can help you at Balance My Hormones. So whether it's you becoming a patient or you getting information that you need, why not subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already? Drop us a comment and let us know what your weakest link is right now. Is it strength? Is it sleep? Is it food? Is it focus? Anyway, I'm Mike with Balance My Hormones, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay healthy.